Don't worry about it.
Guys.
We were gonna rob you, but no.
I saw you lurking, I was like, oh my god. And this would have been the first helicopter crash site that I found in every episode. I did find this foul, and I was very glad to get that. I was starting to shit my pants at this point, because this guy had just lied to me.
You can
to three well-equipped guys.
Keep going, we won't hurt you.
Who I originally intended wanted to rob me. But as he said that, I was so relieved. He was just jiggling around on the spot. You can see the idle animation keep playing. I'm incredibly sorry that I couldn't share this with you with the live commentary that I did at the time. Hello guys, and welcome to a new DayZ video today by me, Vulcan. We are on episode 18, and it already appears that we've bumped into a few people. Some guy just drove off in a red off-road. Crazy. And there's a guy over there, and there's a guy just here. I have no idea what they're doing. Hello?
Yeah.
What are you all up to then?
I can hear you just fine. What?
What are you lot up to? Look at him himself back.
You're lagging just a little bit.
Seems the server's VoIP's lagging, because they're lagging to me and I'm apparently lagging to them. So that sucks. Never mind. Right, anyway, I'm going to head off, and we're going to figure out a nice place to go. So it does seem that the trading post is lovely and populated every now and then. We've got lots of tents, so there's portaloos, barracks, and obviously this little marketplace. All the trading apparently happens up there. I've never traded before on this server, but every time I've seen people doing it, then it's always been up there. Now, I'm really sorry about the last episode, guys. It kind of got a bit fucked up, and there's shooting already. Okay, well, I'm gonna just be inside the gate for now. I'm just gonna stand in here, and we're gonna look on the map. Right, let's see. We're here. Today I want to head towards the northwest airfield, and I don't want to do it the normal way. So what I was thinking of doing is if I head down from Klen towards Gvozdno, then up to Devil's Castle, down to Grashino, and then to the northwest airfield. It's quite a long journey, but I think it'd be worth it, because when we get to the northwest airfield, I can look for a better gun than the one I currently have. Now, this FAL I got from the crash site in the last episode, and hopefully it will serve me well. Anyway, let's get going. I'm hoping not to get robbed on the way, but with the VoIP lagging a little bit, I am a bit uncertain how that's going to go. Anyway, for you guys who don't know about Zero to Hero, it's basically where I go from the coast to the northwest airfield, getting the best gear I can acquire, but without killing anyone. I'm not allowed to kill bandits either, so anyone at all, I'm just not allowed to kill. Whoa, what's going on down there? There's 3 vehicles. I wish I had binoculars right now. God's sake. Seems as though there is some sort of robbery going on, maybe? I don't have a clue. But I'm going to avoid that, because that off-road was on its own, and those 2 other cars that are there are completely different. Looks like there's a dead guy on the road as well. Oh dear. Okay. Definitely going to stay away from that. So yeah, I am going to head to the northwest airfield in this episode. So actually, I'm sort of completing some of the objective. And there's a guy in the middle of the field there. Should we go say hello? I'm really tempted to, but seeing what's over there, I'm kind of a bit apprehensive about doing so. And therefore I think I might avoid him for now. But we bumped into, I didn't really count, but there was about 4 people up there. There must have been about 2 in the truck. You got this guy on our right, and the cars down there. Oh, there's 2 guys. Never mind. Well, I'm just going to try and avoid them. And see if they let me go. Because they are just looking at me the entire way. This is really creepy. They're like slowly turning round. And I'm gone. Right. It's weird. Do you think they'll follow me? No, we'll soon find out. I am heading... I don't know where I'm heading, to be honest. I need to kind of work it out. Gonna get behind a bush at some point and take a look on my map to see what's going on. I think those 2 guys up there were maybe covering for the ones on the road, so they might have suspected me as a member, maybe. But no, they just watched me run past. Could you imagine if this was a public server? There'd be a huge firefight going on right now. It would have been so epic. But I think just the general people staring at each other out, and like they know they're not allowed to kill each other, but if somebody tries to rob someone else, then it does become that sort of thing. It's a standoff pretty much, because the person who's being robbed can technically shoot them, you know. So anyway, that's northwest up there, so we want to head more west than northwest. So we're gonna go northwest west, which is this way. Awesome. And there's the little yellow chain. Yeah, it must have been lagging a little bit because that's what was coming over the VoIP. Hopefully the server isn't restarting at this point in the day. I'm not exactly sure when the server restarts are, but if it does restart, then I will just continue from where I left off, or wherever it leaves me. So yeah, but I doubt there would be a server restart now, because otherwise those guys wouldn't be at the trading post with vehicles out in the open, because otherwise when the server restarted everyone would nick their vehicles, especially considering that it seems there was more than one group of people there. So yeah, anyway, we shall continue heading in this direction. And we've already met, so probably about 8 or 9 people out of the 50 that are on the server. It is full, I think, at the moment. Maybe not full by one person, but I've met like almost 1/5 of the population of the server in the first 10 minutes of playing. Which is crazy. You'd never ever see that like on any other like DayZ server. And I think that's what I really like about this. Yeah, there's a threat that you're going to be killed. Like the guy in the helicopter who gave me a lift back here before I started again basically said that he was going to rob me, and his like group of guys were going to rob me. But what it seems is that after I told him the reasoning for me running up to his helicopter and asking for a lift, he sympathised with me and let me go. And it's those sort of choices that make people good and bad. And I think most people in their right mind would not kill people given the choice. In DayZ, it's made to seem as though you don't have a choice. On public servers especially, everyone assumes somebody's going to shoot them. So they shoot because they're scared that if they don't shoot, they'll get shot. And it's that mentality that causes all of the murders. But on a server like this, where there's a rule against shooting, yeah, you can shoot someone, but you've got to contact them first. And if you know the person or you've talked to the person, it's a lot harder on your conscience to actually kill them. Obviously, in real life, it's probably even harder. But in terms of this game, it kind of brings to light the sort of realness, realness of the whole situation. What do we have here? There is an M9 mag and an AKM mag. That's disappointing. And we're gonna climb back down again. That's a shame. Oh well. Let's move on. We need to keep heading northwest. So we're going towards the barn. Just going to keep on this side of the hedgerow for now, so that these zombies struggle to see me. And I might pop into the barn, see if we can find something to trade, like a CZ or something. People like having snipers, and if you find one, you have a pretty good bargaining tool. From what I've read on the forum, people get quite a few offers for like AS50s and stuff. I guess it's because clans like to have them as Overwatch, and I think they're a little less common on the RP servers. They've toned down the high quality loot quite a bit to make it a bit more realistic. But everyone I've seen either's had like a light machine gun or a decent gun so far, so yeah, you never know. Right, let's just quickly check. We've got a wood pile, not great. We got jerry can and a hatchet. I've got a hatchet. Maybe if I'm quite hungry. If I eat some food, I'll take the jerry can. No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough room. I think you need 3 slots, and I'm not prepared to drink quite yet. Never know when you might need a jerry can. I already checked that side. What the hell am I doing? I need to go up these stairs. Well, hey, we've got another hatchet. What is with all the hatchet spawns? Jesus Christ. They could make it so that you could actually get something different. Oh, there's a can of drink up here. There's some other stuff over there. Let's have a look, shall we? May as well take a drink. We're not going to pick up the jerry can because we don't necessarily need it. I don't have my own vehicle, so it's not like I need refueling. We have nothing. What's that? Another hatchet, of course, and some road flares and stuff. Maybe I could take some road flares. Who knows? We've got a Makarov mag. Nah, let's leave that. I've got enough Makarov mags for now. They're quite common, so I'm not concerned. Right, we're at this junction here. A pretty... this junction is actually quite significant. Like, it's a place on the map that I used to kind of refer to when coming this direction towards, like from Berezino towards the northwest. In the last episode, if I just go onto my map, I showed you that coming from Berezino, if you go from Berezino to Gorka to Alta Zaprud to the northwest, that's a good route. But sometimes you spawn a bit further up, so you'll be like, sometimes you can spawn around here, I think. In which case, going to like across, just straight across, can be quite a nice thing. And if I look here, like this thing by Gvozdno, that's where we are right now. You can see because of the unique junction kind of shape that it makes. Yeah, and I always used to use this when I was travelling towards Devil's Castle from Krasnostav, because when I was with my group, we used to sort of go to the northeast quite a bit. Anyway, that gives me a rough idea where I am. So if I'm here, that means I just need to go straight west, and I'm going to check out Devil's Castle. There might be some sort of camp there, which would be cool to see, but I will have to be careful, especially if like approaching there. They obviously won't want me to take any of their stuff, and they don't have permission to shoot me if I run in there unless they know I've stolen something. So it might just be blocked off really well, but I do have a toolbox, and I guess if I did start to break into their camp, it would kind of give them a reason to shoot me. So, you know, I have to be careful, as I said. Don't really need to go into Gvozdno. Might just head round it completely. There is a couple of random zombies there. What I might do is I'll switch my Makarov out and I'll run with my Makarov, because I don't really want to be firing with the FAL unless I get into some sort of confrontation, I think. Even though I'm not going to be using it on people. So I guess I could just keep it out. But it's a loud gun. And when I'm heading towards a town, last thing I want to do is aggro every single zombie in the entire area. Which you would do with something like an airfield for sure, but I'm not so sure about a FAL. But rather not take that chance. Get across this thing here. I think you may run a bit faster with a pistol as well. Not sure entirely. It might save us a minute or two. It's not a noticeable difference. So if it does make you run faster, then yeah, I haven't really noticed it, and it probably wouldn't change the time of travelling so much. But it's nice and rainy today, as you can see on this server. Not really the most ideal weather, because it kind of gets annoying after a while, especially on the ears. Right, I'm going to travel through this middle bit here. I'm not going to head into VODs now. If I get across the road again. I think I just crossed this road, didn't I? I'm not sure. Anyway, I think I'm a bit further down than I think I am. I think I've just crossed this road here, I think. Which means I need to head a bit more south, yeah. Otherwise I'm going to be heading straight into the middle of God's Note, and that's not what I want to be doing. So yeah, there's the barn, and there's the town. And I'm travelling straight through the middle. Oh dear. But yeah, maybe we'll bump into some more people. And I can hear a car. Can you guys hear a car? Oh, there's an SUV. Well, okay. And a motorbike. Oh shit. Okay. Well, I'll just assume that they don't want anything from me. Well, that's fortunate. Oh dear, I was half expecting something to go down then. Why does it keep switching back to my macro? I want to get my FM FAL on. Yeah, cool, right. I wanted to switch that to originally in case they got out and we had some sort of confrontation. But that's weird. It's weird actually to see vehicles in DayZ and not be like, I don't know, not have to be so scared. It just sort of makes it seem populated, like the world. Especially that's another 2 people probably that I've just met. Well, not met, but like, you know, seen. And it's crazy. It's just crazy. It really is. So anyway, we're gonna head a bit southwesty. So we head in this direction. Then we should get to Devil's Castle reasonably quickly. Maybe they came from there. I don't know. A motorbike is really good for getting around off-road. SUVs are okay. I think they may be one of the faster off-road vehicles that you can get, but I'm not too sure. They don't look like off-road vehicles, and I think that's why I mistake them for maybe not being that fast. But yeah. It's funny, because when I'm walking through forests, I always notice all this like detail and stuff spawning in front of me, like where it goes from the low textures to the high textures as you get closer. And there's a lot of stuff going around at the moment, especially on things like PlanetSide 2 and like obviously DayZ, where people with lower graphics get an advantage or disadvantage from their settings, like their graphic settings. And I think that's quite funny, because on PlanetSide 2 it's the opposite to where it is on DayZ. DayZ, on high graphics you have a disadvantage, because if somebody's lying in the grass then you won't see them. But if somebody's got low graphics, then the grass isn't even there, and then obviously you can see them. Whereas on Planet Side 2, recently people have noticed that on the lowest graphic settings, when you go invisible with like a cloaking device, it literally makes you invisible. Like, no matter how much you move, people don't know where the hell you are. You can't be seen unless they're basically on your team or you've spotted them. And it makes people incredibly hard to kill. Anyway, I have just come out here, so we need to continue heading in the same direction. And yeah, so I think that's quite funny. But luckily on this server, like, I'm running high graphics all the time, and it's good because people with ghillies and people with like armor, camo clothing and stuff aren't necessarily gonna be a problem, because they have to confront me before they can like kill me or rob me or whatever. So they sort of have to make their presence known. I guess they could do it by lying in the grass near me and hoping that I don't spot them, because as long as they make verbal contact, you don't, like, they can still technically rob you, like make you leave your stuff on the ground. And I guess if you don't comply, then they have obviously a reason to shoot you. So if you don't spot where they are, they're gonna have the advantage. But maybe not. It depends. It really does depend. But yeah, high graphics on this generally gave you the disadvantage on public servers, but it's nice on this server to know that that's not necessarily the case. I wonder if that zombie is still following me.